Just yesterday, I finished chapter 2 of How to Win Friends and Influence People. And this is going to be a summary of the second chapter. So if you haven't seen the first chapter, I guess you don't really need to watch them in order. However, there's a lot of good information to find in that one. So if you want to watch that one before this, feel free. If not, I'm going to get into my personal breakdown of what I read. Now, I will say once again that I read the chapter twice so that I kind of learn the stuff and get a better grasp, because sometimes you skim the first time, so you just kind of get more when you read twice, and the book asks you to do so. So the first thing that it kind of begins with is the fact that as human beings, we have a few needs, such as sleep. I'll actually open the book and find the exact spot that it lists it so I don't say any of the wrong things. So yeah, it says health and the preservation of life, food, sleep, money and things money will buy, life in the hereafter, sexual gratification, the well-being of our children, and what the book adds that you may not have heard is the feeling of importance. Now, many people in the past, successful people like Abraham Lincoln, many philosophers, they all have said it in kind of different wording. Some say the feeling of wanting to be important, the feeling of one matters, but the overall thing is that people want to feel appreciated. The bottom line, all these authors' definitions, all these philosophers' definitions, all these politicians' definitions, it all kinds of means people want to be more appreciated. So this is something important to think of socially, because many people don't actually get genuine compliments, and the book kind of breaks that down. So it says that many people actually go insane through craving this wanting of feeling important. Kind of butchered that sentence. So it's I'm going to read it one more time. A feeling of importance, so wanting to feel important. So it just goes over how people actually go insane. It gives a few stories, actually. There's a lot of quoting going on in this chapter. One of the stories is that a woman actually doesn't feel important, so she becomes bedridden for 10 years, where her old mother has to keep walking up flights of stairs to care for her, and this goes on for 10 years until the mother actually dies of exhaustion, because when you're that old, you can't keep walking up flights of stairs and taking care of them, and the woman actually just gets up and resumes life. Now, she was getting that feeling of importance by somebody constantly taking care of her and catering to her needs. Another example was a wife marries a man and she wants this nice life. She wants her husband to love her and she wants to have lots of children. And her husband actually completely neglected her. And the husband just wouldn't even eat dinner in the same room with her. So she actually went insane. She didn't even have children. She went insane and now believes, I don't know if she's still alive or not, but in the book, she believes now that she has a kid every night. She divorced her husband and married a member of the royal family, and now it should be called Her Highness. So that just is a few examples that show how badly people want this importance. And so some people that the cruel world hasn't given that feeling to actually then go insane. It talks a little bit about insanity. Some of it is the actual brain of people, but some people that go insane actually have normal brains. So that's kind of the first kind of topic, is how badly people actually crave this. Secondly, it goes into, if you show me what makes you feel important, I can tell you the type of person you are. Now, me personally, soccer makes me feel important by making key passes, key plays. I feel important. So many of you out there, what you do and what you enjoy actually makes you feel important. So like having a skill, working on that skill, getting better at that skill, being the best at that skill is making you feel important. So show me what makes you feel important, and I can show you the type of person you are. Show me what makes you feel like wanted and appreciated. So many people find this in different ways. Some healthy, such as politicians passing new laws, getting votes. You could say that what I'm doing right now is a attempt to feel important. Kind of leaving my mark on YouTube. Like these videos are going to be here forever. That's actually a big reason why rich people will donate to have their names put on stuff, is because they want to feel important. They want to leave their mark. It talks about a trip to some mountains that was heavily funded by rich people because they believed that they believed that they were gonna name the mountains after these rich people. Some criminals actually get this feeling of importance by, well, being criminals. The FBI wanting them, whoop-de-doo, makes them feel wanted. The actual criminal that they give, for example, I think is Dillinger. I haven't heard of him. Maybe you have, but I will probably look him up in the future and kind of read more on his story. But it just kind of shows how badly people want to feel important and what makes some people feel important. So kind of like what I said earlier, not a lot of people actually feel appreciated. This is going to be the reason that a lot of husbands leave their family, a lot of wives leave their family. Their wives can feel not appreciated for what they're doing to support the family. The husband sometimes feels not appreciated for what they're doing, and that's a big reason for like divorce and stuff. So this is a high in demand thing to give, and it's going to help you overall build connections with people. Now, you may think that this sounds like an absolute usurping of this like kind of hidden power that you haven't heard much about. However, many people can tell if it's just for flattery. The book really, really dives into the thoughts behind flattery. So flattery and genuine appreciation are pretty similar, but the big difference is, one, you say through your teeth, which is flattery. The other one you say through your heart. So flattery is a cheap, easy, selfish, so it's selfish for the person that's giving it, form of appreciation. And then appreciation is actually like you genuinely mean it. So like it gives the example of this janitor that everybody hated because he did a horrible job all the time at cleaning the halls. So the teachers would all be making fun of him, and they would actually start leaving trash. So one teacher that knew about this trick actually would genuinely compliment him on the parts that he did good at. She would compliment him in a private setting and a public setting. So this feeling of being appreciated, slowly the job got better and better until the whole school was perfectly clean, and now everybody is complimenting him and appreciating him. So it's just important to remember that giving people genuine compliments, it's going to stick in somebody's brain. And honestly, you're going to forget that moment, but that's something they might always remember. I remember just this year, my teacher in AP World, we were just talking, I forget what I said. They were talking about haircuts for some reason. Somebody's like, Kyle's got a fade, kind of joking. I was like, it's a taper, and that's not really significant. But my teacher said, Kyle, that's what I love about you. Responses like that. Now, this just made me feel good. Like I was buzzing a little bit because I felt appreciated because it wasn't in like a making fun tone. It was a genuine thing that they said, and it was, I appreciate basically you for who you are. Now, I guarantee they don't remember this moment. It was weeks ago, and here I am, still remembering it, still remembering how it made me feel. So it's very powerful. I'm sure that you can think of maybe a compliment or something somebody said to you that has just stuck. This kinds of stuff can go to people's heads, so you just got to kind of be careful at that, but it's such a powerful thing. Now, you have to remember, for somebody who's thirsty, they're going to drink dirty water. So with flattery, it might work on some people that are just, I'm sure you know attention hogs. If you told an attention hog any compliment in the world, it could be you respect them for what book they're reading. They're going to bring that to the grave because obviously the cruel world has not given them that attention. Their parents maybe haven't given them that attention. So it's important to realize that flattery actually can work sometimes, but we're not trying to manipulate people. We're trying to use these social things to build friends and relationships. So actual appreciation is the way to go. If you compliment somebody, they will remember it forever. Now, I'm sure we all know, or have seen, if you are still in school, or maybe if you're graduated, you probably can still recall. You can easily tell when somebody's compliment is fake. And I'm not gonna lie, I notice this a lot in girls and when they're talking to each other. You may notice girls constantly complimenting each other on their hair, constantly complimenting each other on their shirt, and there's a feeling to it that it's not real. Like they'll be like, oh my gosh, like they'll literally change the tone in their voice. Oh my gosh, I love that shirt. And then the other girl's like, oh my gosh, thank you so much, I got it from Target. I like your shoes. So it's very easy to notice how bad this is. Like, it's literally fake compliments. Like, half the time people giving these compliments are chasing for compliments on their own. They think it's nice, but it's like, if you can't spot it, like I said, the thirsty people are gonna just, boom, they're gonna take it to the grave. But genuine people that can spot genuine comments and appreciation aren't gonna take that. So that's kind of a real world example that you can kind of think of. So it's important to realize how important this appreciating others is. So if there's somebody in your life, if there's somebody that does a really, really great job and you express serious appreciation, because if you don't show excessive appreciation for what they do good, you might actually be ridiculing them for something that they do bad. Ridiculing for something they do bad. On a lot of people, ridiculing does not work because they have a defense wall that's pulled up. Maybe with your close friends you can use this because you got to be honest with the people that are in your inner circle because you want them to truly be better. Now, appreciation, you're also being honest, but like sometimes you got to be cruel honest and you can't sugarcoat it. Appreciation is kind of sugarcoating making somebody better. So back to appreciating others. So appreciating others, you need to find something that somebody's doing or maybe even did one time that you genuinely really appreciate, and it's just a positive from the heart kind of compliment. You're gonna notice that this person, you just, boom, you won their friendship, because it's so rare to find these days. Even in classrooms, I'm just literally getting torched for no reason, and obviously I'm gonna want to torch back. So I've used this kind of form of appreciation, And from what I've seen, it genuinely works. I kind of hate when people say genuinely, but like that's the only word that I can really say for it. It works. Because people just aren't used to it. So you'll automatically find that you're gonna get more friends and more people on your side, which social networking is literally what this book is all about. And if you don't care to have people like you and find value to you and uh, have like a big group around you, you need that inner circle. But having a big, more vast group of people around you is super important. So I encourage you to try a genuine from the heart compliment to somebody and just kind of see how impactful that is. This doesn't mean every day I'm going to compliment somebody. I'm going to set this goal every day. No, these need to be like for real. You're not doing it for you. You're doing it for that person because it will literally it'll just make them like your friend. I'm not trying to make this sound like some manipulative thing, but like down the line maybe somebody will do it like an out of their way extra good job. That appreciation that I send their way, they're gonna remember forever, and that's so powerful. I know I've kind of repeated the same point of just giving a compliment. It's not as much a compliment can be flattery. So I'm just gonna say appreciation. Keep an eye out for it. Keep an eye out for a person that genuinely, I want to stop saying genuinely, but it's literally the only word I can say. Somebody that genuinely is making a difference and helping you in your life, and pick out a certain specific detail that you found that you appreciated the most, and just speak kind of out of emotion, I guess. I know it's bad to think through just emotion, but speak kind of out of emotion and just see how that relationship just kind of simplifies and becomes more connected, and how this person will probably remember it forever and be just more willing to help you in the future because they know that you appreciate it, where many people don't even notice it and just don't care. So definitely keep it in mind, and I will start chapter 3 as soon as possible. I hope you got a lot out of this. Like I said, make sure you go and try this. Also, try to think of a time where somebody genuinely appreciated you, because just by you kind of remembering that, you can realize, and that will kind of click how well this actually works. So I will see you in the next one. Keep improving yourself.